Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. I have a special guest with me, Alex Adelman, who is the CEO and co-founder of Lolli. Many of you may have heard about Lolli recently. They've been in the news with their partnership with Hotels.com, the service that allows you to earn Bitcoin via shopping and booking travel and so forth. Alex, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Good to be here.
Alex, sounds like exciting things happening on your end. You're getting all these really cool partnerships, and I love the idea, the concept. But for those who may not know about Lolli, how it works, can you give us a history and overview of how everything works on your end?
Yeah, so we keep things very simple. Basically, you can earn free Bitcoin when you shop online by using Lolli. So it's a Chrome extension. We are also live on Safari and Firefox. And you download it, you put it in your browser, and when you go to any of our, I guess over 900 merchants,
Wow.
you can earn Bitcoin when you shop at those merchants. So we partnered with over 900 merchants across travel, grocery, food delivery, office supplies, really like whatever you're looking for. And we give people a way to easily earn Bitcoin rewards when they shop.
Very cool. I love the idea. And it's very similar to the existing reward systems that exist outside of crypto with cashback and so forth. So how did the idea come about? Was it your idea? Did you guys think, like, wait a minute, it might be nice if people can earn Bitcoin or whatever it may be from shopping?
Yeah, great question. So our last company, we all built our last company together, and our last company ended up getting acquired by Ebates, and so we were at Ebates, which is the largest cashback company in the U.S., and we learned a lot while we were there. We were all Bitcoiners and really interested in this idea of democratization of commerce. How do you give everyone in the world the ability to connect through commerce and buy and sell services seamlessly? Basically, the internet connected us all, but there was no sort of currency to follow that for seamless digital connections. So what we proposed the idea while we were there. They weren't interested. We ended up parting ways with them after about being there for, I believe it was a little over a year, and we started thinking about what we wanted to build next. So we were all really interested in Bitcoin, and I thought the biggest problem in the Bitcoin space was distribution. So I hadn't seen this idea done before. It fit with our whole team's like social good thesis of like connecting the entire world. And so yeah, we started building early iteration of it that looks very similar to Ebates, giving everyone the ability to earn Bitcoin very, very easily and get into this space that previously was very difficult to get into, or was only available to miners or investors, which most of the population is not going to do.
Right. And as far as the ability to earn, does the rate vary per maybe the merchant or excuse me let's say the service that you're shopping at or a company, or is it like a flat rate?
Yeah, so it varies across merchants depending on what deal we've formed with them. So the average rate is 7% across all of our merchants. So it's pretty high. You can earn like quite a bit, and a lot of our users have gotten really savvy. If you start on lolli.com/stores, you can actually see how many merchants that we have. You can search for all of them, and some people have gotten really savvy with where they're getting their items so that they can stack the most sats or earn the most Bitcoin. And then it ends up being a pretty good amount across. Like if you're using it for grocery, if you're using it for travel, you can stack a lot of sats using it. So our users are pretty happy so far. And the nice thing is like our community is super active, especially on Twitter if you've been following us. And if the more that our users shop, the better the deals that I get to strike with the merchants. So the rates are going to go up over time. They're already pretty high, but they'll go up over time the more that people shop.
Yeah, that totally makes sense, and I think a lot of people, once they hear about it, I'm sure they're gonna want to. Why not get rewarded for doing what you normally do, in shopping, booking, travel, and so forth, and get like an asset that, of course, is on the rise. This is a growing asset class, so really, really cool stuff. One of the common questions some folks were asking about was what's the payout or the net payout a term look like?
The net payout.
Yep. After, let's say I shop and let's say I earn some Bitcoin, how long do I have to wait to get that?
Oh, great question. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's really, if it was up to us, we would do instant payouts right away. But due to the immutability of Bitcoin feature of Bitcoin, you have to wait until the return period is passed. So depending on the merchant, it really depends on like when the return period is. So some of our merchants, it's like instant, and there are no returns. Like if you're booking a hotel for tomorrow, you stay at the hotel, you can't really return a hotel. So a lot of those are near instant as soon as you stay there. And then the merchants that have return policies, it varies from anywhere from like 1 day to 90 days. Some are longer, but as soon as the return period has passed, that's when you get your Bitcoin. So we get paid, and then we give you the payment in Bitcoin.
Got it. That absolutely makes sense. Every merchant has their own policies and, like you said, return, and some may not be returnable. So totally makes sense. So on that note, let's say when you guys get paid, do you buy the Bitcoin off the market based on the market rate, or do you have like your set of Bitcoin that you just pay out?
So yeah, we work with a few different OTCs. So we're actually getting industry leading rates, which a lot of people don't know about Lolli. We're passing those rates back to the consumer. We're getting the rates that hedge funds are getting because we have the connections into the OTCs. So we're buying at great rates. We're passing those savings off to our users. And that's pretty simple how it works. So it functions as a custodial wallet, and then after $15, you're welcome to transfer it to your own wallets, your own addresses, and then you can also transfer out to US dollars.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
One question I want to ask, because you just mentioned it about the OTC, and you may not be able to answer this, but I'm just curious. Would you be able to tell us like which OTC providers or services that you're using?
No, not at this time. Yeah, we it's a little bit of OPSEC.
Got it.
Security issue. So, but good test. I hope we pass that.
Got it. Very cool. Now, which locations are you available in? Are you worldwide? Are you in all the states in the United States? Because I know there's certain laws in each respective states. Like New York, you need a BIT license for certain things. So where are you available in?
So we're not technically classified as a money transmitter because people aren't like paying for the Bitcoin. So it's an earning, it's rewards, and so right now we're available all over the U.S. We have a lot of international demand, so we're expanding to Canada first, most likely, and then we're going to expand to different countries from there.
Very cool. I'm sure users overseas are definitely going to be excited about that.
Yeah, I think Bitcoin's like inherently global. If I could snap my fingers, I would love if it was just available everywhere. So we have to develop partnerships in order for us to get to these places, and then also, as you noted, we have to make sure that it's legal, and then we're not getting thrown in jail or anything like that.
For sure. One question some folks had when I announced that I will be interviewing you on Twitter was, do you have plans to add other cryptos? There's folks asking about Ethereum, XRP. Just curious if there was any of that in the works.
Maybe one day. I think the world needs Bitcoin, and I don't know if the world needs others yet. I'm not like completely dogmatic on anything, so I'm open to being convinced. But I haven't seen the other currencies, other digital currencies, serve their value to society yet in the way that Bitcoin has. So I don't want our users that are new to Bitcoin, new to crypto in general, to get into the space and not know what they're earning has value. I don't want them to be burned by it. There's a lot of people who have come into the space and been burned by like certain altcoins because they didn't know what they were doing or they didn't get the right information. So it's sort of our responsibility as being a company that's at the forefront of the adoption curve to introduce people to the right things and teach them And I mean, the nature of Bitcoin, like they can do whatever they want with it. So if someone wants to go buy Ethereum or go buy Ripple or EOS or any other currency, they're welcome to go do it. We're not stopping anybody. Totally believe in a free market. So you can stack sats, earn Bitcoin all across the board with Lolli, and then you can transfer it to whatever exchange you want. And you can buy whatever you want with it. We're not stopping anybody. It's your Bitcoin's your Bitcoin. You can do whatever you want with it.
Sure. Absolutely makes sense. And I know you mentioned that you guys are planning to expand to Canada and other countries as well. That's in the works. But what else could we expect maybe in later in 2019 or even 2020? Anything you can share? I know some maybe you can't release yet, but anything we can expect?
I'll share with you. We just started work on a mobile app that we're pretty excited about, and so that's gonna be really big. I'm like very excited for that. It's going to give people the ability to earn Bitcoin on more like daily purchases. So think like Uber rides, Lyft rides, like earning at Starbucks, that kind of thing. So I think like the more you can take Bitcoin to be a daily part of or everyday life, that's when I think it gets really exciting. Right now, Lolli has made a lot of people a lot of Bitcoin all for free, and it's very easy to get involved. And now you're paying attention to the space. Where we take that step further is when we're on your mobile phone and your computer, and giving you more ways to earn. So I'm really excited about that. Definitely, more countries. Canada's going to be our first this year, and then we got some cool features up our sleeves that like we'll announce then. But those might be like more surprises. So
Awesome.
I'll have to come back on the show and share with the community.
Absolutely. Would love to have you back because I love the idea and the fact that, you're developing a mobile app and you can use it, like you said, the day to day. I mean, I take Ubers all the time living in the city and just having to get into meetings. So that would be great to earn Bitcoins off of doing that.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Now, this is not financial or investment advice, but what is your personal outlook on the crypto market, given that it seems we've come out of a bear market, we're now in a bull market, it seems like. But what's your outlook being on the building side of things?
Yeah, so I guess if you're building in the financial space, you do have to sort of make a bet with what you're building and what you're offering. My biggest thing is like I look for things that serve society, like what good are people, what is added by these different currencies. And there's plenty that like I'm looking very closely at that I think are really interesting, and then there's some that I think that have yet to be proven. So I won't badmouth anybody, but or any projects, because a lot of these projects are super early on, and Bitcoin has a 10-year head start. So I still think Bitcoin is super early in its adoption curve. I'm really excited about Lightning Network and like second layer solutions on top of Bitcoin. Those are the things that I'm paying the most attention to and are the most relevant for our business, because it takes Bitcoin and it turns it into a more functional currency, and not just a medium of exchange. Not just a store of value as it is now, but also a medium of exchange. So second layer solutions are really cool. Things like that are privacy focused, I think, are really interesting. So like coin joins, we're paying attention to. I think are really interesting. Privacy focused wallets are interesting, and certainly things that like I'm looking at. Let's see. I think a lot of the credit solutions for the unbanked are really cool as well.
Sure.
So like tools that are giving people universal identity or giving people universal credit, I think are really cool. Like part of what got me into Lolli and my last company, Cosmic, was the democratization of commerce. And a lot of that stemmed from my fascination with microfinance. So it all sort of comes, full circle. But I do believe like when you can enable somebody to, buy more products or invest in services that they can learn and offer, they can return that capital pretty efficiently if you're enabling them to make more money given new products, new services. So I do believe in crypto and Bitcoin, decentralized currencies, as a really incredible tool to enable this next generation of emerging entrepreneurs, founders, like creators that are going to build the future. And they're probably not going to build that future in the U.S. entirely. Like,
Mm.
sure, there's going to be plenty of people that will be enabled in the U.S., and we're really excited about that, and definitely starting here. But I'm very excited for like what crypto is going to do for the rest of the world to enable these people everywhere to be given the ability to buy and sell anywhere in the world, thus like connecting us all through commerce, making, I think, a better world.
Sure, sure. It's a new disruptive technology and as well as a new asset class. So I'm totally in agreement with you there. Alex, thank you so much for joining us today. A lot of insightful information. And everyone, if you would like to sign up for the Lolli service, a link will be in the description of the video. Be sure to check that out. Click on that and go sign up. And Alex, as the new developments and updates come on your end, we'll love to have you back on and we can talk more about that.
Yeah, let's do it. It's a fun conversation. Thanks for the great questions.
Awesome. Thank you, Alex.
All right, take care. Bye.